Now, how to get Blender? So you can come here and download Blender. All you have to do is come here, click on download, or click on the big download button here, and you will get this window where you can download the latest version of Blender. So once you click on download, Blender will download. And once it's done, automatically once it comes here, don't do anything. It's already downloading. Once you click the button, it will give you this screen, but you don't have to do anything here. It's already downloading up here for free. It's just showing you if you want to contribute or donate to Blender. If you don't donate, it's not a bad thing. But when Blender starts making you money, please consider donating to them. They have been free for a long time and they're doing an amazing job. So once the download is done, wait for it to finish. Yes, the download is done now. You can see done here. I can go and click this button here to open up the file, and then you can double click it and it will begin to install, right? Now you can click on next and next and next. Just click on next, 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 and finish. And Blender will be installed in your system. I already have it installed, so I don't need to go through that process again. So I'm just going to cancel, finish, and then I'll go open Blender. Now we're in Blender. Blender is installed in your system. Once you click on it, it's going to pop up a window. Every version of Blender has a new splash screen. This is a splash screen. So yes, so this is what you see. And then yours might be different from mine because I already have files saved. Yours might have nothing here, and that's fine. On your left, you're going to have the different interface design structures of Blender. If you click on this, you get a different interface. Click on this. These are all tailored to the specific task you want to do. But just click on general and start working with Blender. So yeah, that's just once you click out. So for you to have all and if you want to see a version of Blender, just tick up here. Just look at up here. You can see a version 4.3.2. I'm choosing to use that because I prefer that right now. So just click anywhere on the screen and the icon will disappear. And we can now begin to start using our Blender. Now, once you have your Blender open, you'll be greeted by this screen, right? It has a cube. The cube is selected by default. Has a camera. Left clicking is to select. Left click on objects. Left click on objects to select that object. Once you click on any object, you see a yellow outline. That yellow outline means that object is selected. Click on the next thing and yellow outline will move to that object. Then click on the next thing, it will move to that object. This shows you what is selected at any given time. Left clicking on your mouse is to select. Right click is to bring up options. So don't right click, left click to select anything. So by default, you're going to have 3 objects on your screen, and those 3 objects are the cube, camera, and lights. These are the 3 basic smallest elements that can create a scene. You need a cube to have an object on stage. You need a camera to see what you are rendering when you want to render out your movie or your picture. You need to have a camera on stage or you'll be able to see it. And you need light because without light, the whole Blender world will be dark and you'll be able to see anything. So you need these objects on stage to create a complete scene. Now you can have more than one camera in your scene. You can have more than one cube in your scene. You can have more than one light in your scene. That's fine. But you must have at least one of each to create a complete scene. Now, once Blender starts up, what we're looking up is the 3D viewport. This big screen here is the 3D viewport. This viewport is where you see everything in your scene. We're already seeing the camera, the cube, and the light. These are objects necessary for us to create a scene, like I said earlier. You can take this cube and change it to any shape. You can build a man, a city, a chair. We'll be building a chair later. You can build any objects out of this cube. And the camera is what you're going to use to look at that object when you're rendering out. And you need light to lighten the object to give it some good dimensions, right? And for people to be able to see it. Now, Blender starts up in object mode. Blender has many modes, but object mode is default mode. If you go to your top left here, you will see object mode. Now, right now, you can see that if you click here and all you're seeing is object mode, the issue is what are you selecting? Anything you select in the scene determines which mode you can go to. Say a camera cannot be edited, so you can't go to any other mode. Object mode is where the camera shines. Object mode is where the light shines too. But the cube, once selected, if you go to object mode, you will see a drop down, because to take this cube to the next level, to build a chair, a house, a car, whatever you want to build, you will probably need to go to edit mode to be able to manipulate these shapes. I probably need to go to edit mode to manipulate this cube into the shape you want. If a shape is complex, like a car, like a human being, you will need to be in edit mode to achieve the design you're going for, right? So if you open drop down with this, you can see all the modes: edit mode, object mode. But for now, we'll be in object mode. We'll talk about edit modes much later. These are all our viewports. We have the first big screen, which is 3D viewports, right? Second screen on your right, this one, is called the outliner. The outliner scene is showing you the same things you're seeing in your 3D viewport, but in list form. Here is where you can do certain things like hide objects from viewports. Like, for example, if I click on this eye icon here, the cube will disappear from the viewport. But this camera icon is still here because you can still see it when you render. So you have to know which one. If you're working on something and the cube is obstructing you, you can turn the cube off so you can go ahead and do what you want to do. Now, these are all, this camera is here, lighting is here, cube is here. You can see if I select them on the outliner, it shows up. The same thing happens here. So it's just the mimic of the 3D viewports, right? Shows the object in list form. Here is where you're going to organize your scene. When your scene starts becoming populated, when you now have many cubes, when you have many cameras and many lights, you will need, this is where you're going to organize yourself in this outliner scene with collections, right? You can even have to search for certain things when the list becomes plenty. But now I have only 3 objects in the scene, so it's not a big deal. Yeah. So the next scene, next window under this one is the properties windows. This is the settings where Blender settings are. Settings for your Blender itself, settings for your renders, your render engine, settings for how you output your work to video or image, the size, the frame rate, how many frames do you want, other things we're going to be using. We'll be using a lot, not all of them, but we'll be using some of them for these basic tutorials. But the most important ones for us right now to focus on will be your render settings and then material settings. This will be very handy for us right now for this particular basic tutorial we're working on. Now, last window but not least is the animation window. Animation window is the window where you do your playback for your scene, what you've animated, and where you create the animation for objects in your scene. So the animation window is here, and every of these windows can be interchanged to any other window you want. But for now, by default, you have the animation window at the bottom, properties window on your right below, and then we have outliner window on top right. And then at the center, we have a huge big screen called the 3D viewport. Each of them have the functions and buttons we're going to be exploring with time.